Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So this is the front camera of the Axon 7. The Axon 7 has gotten several updates. You should now be on Android 7.0 or 7.1.1, whichever one you're on. But the Axon 7 should have gotten lots of updates by now. And the Axon 7, is it a year old yet? I don't know. But I recently put it back into rotation, so I haven't given you any videos on the Axon 7. So we're going to take a look at it right now. And this is the front camera and the intro for this video on the Axon 7. Let's go. So one of the weaknesses of the Axon 7 was the rear camera, some people thought. So this is a 4K sample from the rear camera on the Axon 7. You guys tell me what you think. Do you see improvements from when the Axon 7 first launched? I always thought that the Axon 7's camera was good. It just lacked in some areas, but just looking through the viewfinder at this footage, it's looking like it's really good. Now again, this is a 4K sample, so optical image stabilization is not present here in this video sample right here. But the camera does very well. Just take a look at this beautiful weather we have. Now my current setup is still the same as it was before. When I'm using the stock launcher, this is how I have it set up. Very simple and to the point. I do prefer Nova Launcher though. It seems to make this phone run really fast. Now the stock launcher doesn't run slow, but I've noticed that with Nova Launcher, it just seems to run really, really well. And a lot of people do prefer Nova Launcher for their own personal reasons, but I've got several launchers on here, and this is actually my current setup, and this has always been my setup on this device. Pretty much after the review phase years ago, I started testing out Nova Launcher when I found out how nice it was. And so Nova Launcher does very well. I don't have any problems with Nova Launcher, and I definitely don't have any problems with the Axon 7. So before you guys ask that question over and over again that I get in all of the videos, how did you get on-screen buttons? Well, I've said it multiple times. This is a developer edition of the Axon 7, so it has pretty much all the features that you probably can't have and won't ever get. I don't know. But nonetheless, we have the same phone. It's just that my buttons are turned off, my buttons are turned on, and yours are turned off. I don't know of any hacks or anything. People ask me that all the time. I have no clue. I've been using this phone as is like this since I got it, and it's just been a phenomenal phone. Again, the camera was an area that a lot of people felt like was lacking. I feel like it always performed well, and I always felt like the front camera was better than most cameras out there. Now, the rear camera is what I really wanted to highlight in this video, and I gave you those video samples, or that video sample, at the beginning. What do you think about the rear camera? Has it improved? If you're still using the Axon 7, how does it compare to some of the other phones that have come out since then that you think? I think this is actually a really good option when you think about buying a bunch of different phones. I just have a couple here in front of me, the OnePlus 3T and the S8 Plus. And this video is being recorded with the U11. And obviously I have multiple other devices that I could possibly show, but I think this is probably still a good option, a good purchase in 2017. Reason being, the video that you guys want to see with me battling against the speaker battle against the U11, I really don't need to do it. Because there's so many battles out there with speakers. The Axon 7 is probably going to remain king of speakers for a long time to come. We've established that it's definitely not the loudest of all the speakers out there, but it's definitely the best sounding. Now, I said that I don't need to do the video. I just feel it will be kind of redundant, I guess I want to say, because there are so many videos out there. I know I haven't done one, but the speaker quality on it is really good. You know, the Axon 7 is a hard phone to beat, and that's just what it is. So battling it against the U11, I'm not going to say it's pointless. It's just the U11 doesn't sound as rich or full. But the U11 is really loud, and that's really so subjective. Some people have said that the U11 sounds better. I've been watching a lot of videos, and some people feel like the U11 sounds better. I personally feel like the U11 is loud, just like most phones. However, the actual quality of the sound is a little bit different because the U11 speakers are not like these. It doesn't have these big chambers right here. It's actually using like a small earpiece, and it's really tinty, like a tweeter or a mids and highs up top and a subwoofer at the bottom. And that's how the U11 is set up. So, but if you guys keep requesting it, I'll show you on video. I'll go ahead and do it. But I can guarantee you that the Axon 7, to me, in my opinion, and several other people who have the phone, believe that this is the king of speakers. And that's some of the highlights of this device. I mean, it has great speakers, a Quad HD AMOLED display. It's got really solid battery life. Easily can pull down 6 hours or 5.5 minimum. You'll get at least 5 hours on a screen hour charge, and this will make it through a full day. So trust and believe that if you have an Axon 7, it's still a fantastic phone. So if you have the Axon 7 still, I'd love to hear from you in the comments and tell me what you think about the updates that the Axon 7 has gotten. Some people have requested, I hope there's an Axon 8. I hope there's an Axon 9. I hope they keep the Axon line going. I don't know if that's going to happen. So before you ask me, I don't have any special connections or anything. I have no clue if there's going to be an Axon 8. I can't tell you for sure that there's not going to be one or there is going to be one. You'll just have to wait and find out like everybody else. So, but currently the Axon 7 is the highest premium model. Now they do have an Axon 7S, I believe it is, but it wasn't officially released in the US. And the only thing you're looking at is a spec bump like they did with this OnePlus 3T. You're just looking at internal upgrades. You know, that's what they do. So, it's your man Jay Will. This is a quick revisited video in mid-2017 for the Axon 7. It's still a fantastic phone. The build quality, bar none. I'm going to compare this phone to the U11, but I'm not just going to focus on the speakers. So you can look for that to come along. It's your man Jay Will. I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.